Riddle me this. Does this sweater look anything like this sweater? How did I get here? That is a good question. Let's find out.
Bro, it's literally the same website. What the hell?
Oh. Okay, so we needed to sit down to talk about this. Now, let's kind of start from the beginning, okay? You are having a normal evening. You are on Twitter and you are scrolling your heart away. And all of a sudden, you run into a post that is talking about a sweater that someone is talking about in a very positive way. And it went something along the lines of, I really want this sweater, or wow, this sweater looks really nice, or something that made you stop and go, dang, this sweater looks really cool. So you check the comments. Nothing about where you can get it from. And I'm just thinking like, okay, well, it is now up to me to find out where we got this from. So I do a quick reverse image search and boom, we have a website. I go on the website and I check around, I look at the comments, I'm checking the prices. It's, it was $200 or whatever, but now it's reduced to $90 Australian, which at the time was like 56, 47, anywhere from 47 to 56 US dollars. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the coolest sweater I've ever seen, and I need to get it, right? Pausing right there. Why didn't I take another look at the sweater? Why didn't I zoom in on the image? Who cares? But I said, I want this sweater, god damn it, I'm gonna get it. So I bought it through PayPal. I said, hey PayPal, take my money. I am wanting this sweater now. Now. So I bought the sweater. Then it is time to play my favorite game, wait. So we waited and wait and wait and nothing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Where the hell is my sweater? God damn it. So I go on the website, or I check my order status or whatever. I send them a quick message. They come back to me. They say something like, oh, it's on the way, yada, yada, yada. And I'm thinking to myself, it's taking a really a long time. What's going on? But then I thought again to myself, the sweater looks, intricate and interesting and, not like any other sweater that I've seen before. They're probably having to make it special every time someone orders it. So that's probably why it's gonna take so long. Duh. So I was like, you know what? That is okay. I can wait a little longer. So I waited and waited and waited. And it finally showed up. And to my surprise, when I opened my package with the sweater that I ordered, it looked like this. This is what it looked like. Boom. Do you see it? Does this look anything like the photo? No. So I was not happy. I tried going immediately to PayPal. Hey, I have a dispute. I got the wrong item. Here's a picture of what it was and what I got. Give me back my money. And PayPal said, no. You have to talk to the seller right now, and then we'll think about it. So I said, okay, no worries. Hello, seller. What the hell did you give me? Can I please have my money back? Because you're clearly lying. They just didn't reply. And I waited for 1 week, a week and a half. I call up PayPal. Hey, PayPal, what's up, girl? Blah, 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 blah. Give me my money back. Oh, yeah, because it's done this specific way, you have to actually wait for the seller to respond. And if they don't reply by a certain time, then we can, intervene. I'm like, well, you're not going to reply, so what's the point? But all right, I'll wait. So I waited again and again and again and again until they finally responded, hey, here's your money back. It'll be in your PayPal account. You can do whatever you want with it. Thank you so much. But I never got my sweater. Now, I let it go. This was probably a year ago at this point. And I kind of forgot about it, even though it's kind of sitting in a area in my room where I can kind of just see it all the time. I kind of just blocked it out of my memory for a bit. Then, cut to recent time, I'm sitting on my computer and I'm also on my phone and I'm scrolling through TikTok, right? And I see a TikTok of some person on, I think, X Factor or Got Talent. I'm not really sure what the show was, but the person who is singing is wearing this. So I was like, whoa, people own this? That's not me? So I was like, I haven't even thought about this sweater for a little while. Then I made my other video. Maybe you can see it if you would like to. So then I got curious. I wonder if I can even find the original item, because now I want to make a video about it, right? So I go and I look through my email and try to find the original email that said, hey, this is your order number, whatever. I was able to find it. And I was able to not only find it from PayPal, I was also able to find it from the original website. The website is this one, ccmom.cc. That is the website, ccmom.cc. And then I was like, oh wow, this website still exists after I went through all that rigmarole. Let's look at what they still have on their website. So, as you can see, what they have on their website looks we're kind of sitting in two different camps. One camp is the obvious generated image clothing, which I fell for, fair enough. And then you have like seemingly normal looking clothes. So I was like, the website is still up. Let me see if I can find the sweater. It's not there anymore. I wonder why. So I decided to try and find the image of the original thing that I saw. Couldn't find it anywhere. Then I remembered I did send this to a friend, like a before and after, and I did take a screenshot at the time of what the actual sweater looked like. I'm sure I still have that. And I scrolled through my Discord and boom, I found it. So I did a reverse image search of that particular image and it's gone. It's literally, there's no website that sells this, which is good. That's good. I like that. But that got me thinking, where is the rest of the information on this sweater? Or is there anything else that I can potentially find online about this particular company or anything, right? So obviously at this point I knew this is a scam website, right? This website is just gonna have clothes that are probably not well made or very cheap to make, so they may not last as long, and they're gonna have ridiculous sales on their website. Oh, 50% off. Well, okay, 50% off is pretty good sale. 90% off, 70% off. Clothes that look ridiculously detailed, selling for next to nothing. And I wanted to see if I could find any other information, right? So I started by looking up the website itself, right? Seeing if I could find anything else. I was able to pick up on what the internet was putting down and saying that this ccmom.cc is a scam. Don't buy stuff from there, whatever, right? That one was fine. But is there anything more? Is there anything more I could maybe grab onto? Folks, let me tell you that I potentially, and I will just for clarity just say allegedly, potentially and allegedly found a ring of scam websites potentially owned by the same person across the internet, selling the exact same things, using the exact same tactics, Most times you're in the exact same website just by looking. And I will show these to you today. Let's have a look. As you can see, all of these websites, let's say barring one or two of them, look identical. They use the same layout, they have the same kind of information on there, and it's literally the same thing. I just don't understand. I was literally looking up and I was just like, what the heck is this? I was able to find 7 or 8-ish websites. I think it was 8. And all I did really was, I had an idea. I said I was going to scrolling all the way down and finding something I can like search that is searchable, right? And I found an about page. Okay, great. I opened the about page and it was obvious that the information written on this specific about page was not written by a human. It was written by an AI prompt. Someone put in a prompt and gave some information and it spit something back out at them and they just copy pasted it. And I had an even bigger idea. I'm like, okay, what if I take parts of this description of the about page and just Google that and see what other websites use the exact same information. And that is how I was able to find most of the other websites. I did hit a wall and I couldn't get any more information. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use other bits of this about page. And there's another like portion of the about page talking about like the person potentially who founded this website. I used that as well. That gave me most of the other ones. I was then able to use the other ones to look up more information as much as I can. I found that most of these websites go under basically the same style, the same name, or the same layout. They have basically the same items where you kind of get to see the majority on the website of these items that are just AI generated images. Plain and simple. And then underneath that is where you get your like potentially normal clothes that are not great quality looking, but kind of intermixed so that you feel like it's more luxurious. And they advertise it as such, mind you. They literally put it on their website. This is luxury items. This is like designer stuff. It's not even in the slightest. And they claim on all the websites, because it's the same copy, that the clothes that is being sold has actually been designed by the person who's running whichever version of the website that you're on, which is so not true. And one of them is just, they've rebranded the website to a Labubu clothing shopping place. Where like it says authentic Labubu and you can just buy clothes there. It's not real, folks. It's literally 0% real. And the worst part is, on that particular page, which is like Labuba, I can't really remember how it was spelled, but it's like someone who heard Labubu and tried to spell it to the best of their ability. It takes you to that website. And on there, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, the about page is like Bebe Hana. I'm like, hello? That's literally not the same website. Then I was like, okay, all these websites are clearly connected to each other. I did some more digging and I was able to find that one of the websites called Mini Bebe or hold on. It was like mini something. One moment. It's called Mini Bernie. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to say it, but most of these websites, like the email, somehow still says Mini Bernie, but it's not. Even the Mini Bernie website has been rebranded to Mini Taylor. And they all are like, oh, we sell baby clothes, but also every age at the same time, also matching family clothes. What does this mean? I tried to do some more digging and I found that one of these pages that are all kind of interconnected all lead back to this one Shopify page, which is just a random jumble of text and numbers. So I kind of like, yes, it's kind of a hint lead, but it's also nothing. So then I'm like, okay, I have all this information. It means something, but it also means nothing. At least I can tell that all of these websites fall under the same bracket. And what can I do with this other than, try and tell people not to go on these websites? Let's try to get some more information. So then I went back to the main culprit, ccmom.cc, and I decided to search a little bit more. Kept looking. I found their Instagram, which didn't really give me more information, but what it did show me was on literally every single post, most of the comments are not visible. It says there's 4 comments, but there's 0 comments. So I'm like, they've restricted their comments in such a way. I'm not really sure why. Didn't really give me anything. I saw that they were following 12 people, but nothing that was could take me to any one or any good outcome. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then I kept looking, and I was able to find their Facebook page. Their Facebook page, all it does show is just more AI generated clothing. Here you go. But while I was on this page, I was able to see that it was owned by these people. Now, I don't know how to say this word, but it's this. So I'm like, okay, if the page is owned by this, does this give me a lead on anything? So I tried looking into it. Any of the websites that were available, which was like exactly one. Anytime I went on that website, it was like, sorry, you can't access this website. You're outside of China. I'm like, that's weird. Why can't I do that? So I tried looking into it more, and what I could gather was this is a company that is in China that has been deregistered since 2023. And that's pretty much it. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this particular entity, right, is the culprit here. Because remember, everything I'm saying is just alleged, just in case. Please don't sue me. But it could be a tactic, right? It could be that the people who are wanting to legitimize themselves said, let's search up some companies that no one could really tell as being deregistered, who no one's going to look into it, right? They're not going to go that deep. Oh yeah, we'll just pick this one because it kind of fits in what we're doing. And they just kind of aligned themselves with this particular company on their Facebook page so that people going on there could be like, oh, this seems legit. Yeah, you see where I'm going there? So that's kind of as far as I was able to go. I don't know if there's anything else that I could find. But what I will say is, don't be like me. Check your sources, do a reverse image search, and if it looks too good to be true, and I don't know why I have to say this, but I'm going to say this for myself for a year ago, mind you. But just in case, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. You feel me? You know what I mean? If it looks AI generated, it probably is AI generated. And maybe just, if the website is new, it's not your Amazon, it's not your, eBay, it's not your normal websites, do a bit of digging, because you'll probably find that it's probably a scam. And if you have been on these websites before and you have ordered clothing and it hasn't arrived yet, there is a chance that you may not get it, and that is okay. Put in a dispute through your PayPal, hopefully, or your bank, or however you decided to give these people money. But if you do see these in the wild, and it's none of the websites that I have mentioned here or shown, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm not sure about this one, I encourage you to not use it. Or if you see someone that you know and that are like, hey, look at this cool website, I'm thinking of buying clothes on there, tell them please not to, because they're wasting their money, just like I wasted my money and time to get back my money. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you're going to be using the internet and you're going to be buying clothes on there, I think you should owe it to yourself and your wallet to take some time and maybe do some research. And if it doesn't look good enough, or if it looks too good to be true, or you're just a bit hesitant, I think the safe bet is to skip on whatever that purchase may be, because you might be saving yourself some money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, I don't know, this different, it's a little bit of the same kind of videos that I've done, but it's a little bit different. I don't know, I hope you liked it. I had fun making it, and yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks so much. Bye.